I've always been very gullible, but as a kid, it was bad. I didn't see the gray areas like I do as an adult. If you told me something matter-of-factly, then that's how I took it. My mom would use this to her advantage a lot. It was easy for her to manipulate me into doing whatever she wanted, as fear was the first instinct she inherently nurtured, and she would remind me that Mama always knows best. For example, when I was 5, I got scraped up while climbing a tree with friends. As she was nursing my wounds, she told me that if I wasn't careful while climbing trees or fences, I'd get hit by a stray drive-by bullet. She said the strays always went over fences and through tree branches, so if that's where I was hanging out, I was daring death to take me. It worked. 30 years later, and I'm still terrified of climbing anything. This particular lie has traumatized me in times I should have been the leader. Like when my friend Nicole's car ran out of gas on the freeway in Fresno. We saw a gas station on the other side of the embankment, but when we got down there was a 15-foot fence we had to scale before reaching the station. Nicole, being a foot shorter than me, thought I'd basically just jump over the fence. But fear grabbed me and she had to leave me behind as I quivered on that fence. When I was about 9 or 10, I caught on to my mom's manipulative lies. Her downfall was due to one small little fib. As a younger kid, I heard someone say they had to get a second job. When I asked my mom why someone would need a second job, she said they didn't. That people could only have one job at a time. That was the rule, no exceptions. I must have misheard. I never questioned this fact again, but for some reason it stuck in my head. It wasn't until one day, while watching CMT, that a music video came on that shook my world. There, on the TV, was actress Crystal Bernard singing in her own music video. We had just watched the show Wings the night before, and I knew who she was. She was an actress. She was on the Parquet commercials, for heaven's sake. If her job was being an actress, how come I was watching her sing? That's a whole different job. I turned around and gawked open-mouthed at my mother. When I questioned how Crystal Bernard could have 2 jobs if people could only have one, she forgot her lie. Acting like I was stupid, she said, "Many people have more than one job, Bub, especially celebrities," and left it at that. I didn't try to argue with her. She had been caught and didn't realize that I needed to let it stew for a while. Now, it took her a while to realize she fully broke my trust, and honestly, it took me a while to find the words to vocalize it. Our life was constantly being turned upside down, and she had a lot of adult issues to focus on. But I was suddenly left with a loss I couldn't identify. Something had changed for me in an instant when Crystal Bernard's music video popped up on the TV. My mom worked nights and helped take care of my dying grandmother during the day, which left me to mostly fend for myself. I ended up buying the cassette version of Crystal Bernard's album and listened to it incessantly. I still know every lyric to every song. I suddenly became fixated on her, and not like a straight boy with a crush. My obsession with her soon began to rival the one I had for Pam Tillis. That's when my mom took notice. All I could talk about was Crystal Bernard, song quotes, TV quotes, movie quotes. I'd even quote the damn Parquet commercials, walking around going, "Better, butter." It was disturbing. My mom finally took me to a therapist, who at first was perplexed by me, but it didn't take very long for the root to come out. He asked me during an early session if I had any questions about him I'd like to know. "Do you have another job besides being a shrink?" I blurted out. "No. Just this. Why?" I glared at him hard for a few seconds before answering. "My mom said people can only have one job at a time, but she lied and didn't even have the guts to admit it." He cocked his head quizzically. "Oh? Why do you think she lied about that?" "I don't know, sir, but Crystal Bernard has 2 jobs, and when I pointed it out, she acted like that was normal. She forgot she lied to me. Who knows what else she lied about?" And there it was. He found it so quickly. My mom didn't know how to handle his advice. She didn't talk to me about it. She just started introducing me to artists who were known for multiple creative outlets. Bette Midler, Eddie Murphy, Jackie Chan, Clint Eastwood, Diana Ross, countless others. I knew this was her way of apologizing, and it was the only way she knew how to try and make amends. Reach me on my level. Now, if she lied to me again after that, she believed what she was saying. I began to see through her like crepe paper. Every lie she told others, I knew it as it was escaping her lips. I studied her ability to weave tales. It influenced me. It corrupted me. I've often wondered if she would have just told the truth with that one question as a kid, what would have happened that day Crystal Bernard popped on CMT? It feels like one of those butterflies flaps its wings scenarios, in all honesty. She blew a lie and it knocked me on my ass. Now, as I've discussed in other essays, my relationship with my mom only got more complicated and tumultuous before it got better. After she passed, Crystal Bernard's music took on a newer meaning to me. The righteousness I used to feel when listening to her has become nostalgic. I no longer feel that anger I did so many years ago. Now, when I hear one of her songs, all I long for is one last hug from my mommy.